Hi, before we start filming the podcast, the Four of Wands podcast would just like to pay respects to country and to the dark and young country on which we are filming. We would like to pay respect and acknowledgement to elders past, present and future, and to all the traditional custodians of country.
Hi, welcome to the Four of Wands podcast. I'm your host Euryale.
And I'm Wolf, and together we are here to...
We have two of wands. And you make up the other two. Together we're unity and community.
Welcome to our first episode. I'm really nervous. This is my sidekick.
Fuck you! I'm not the sidekick, I'm the main meal.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, if you haven't caught us before, we are generally doing our own kind of thing out in TikTok land, and shall we introduce ourselves a little?
I'm Euryale. So I'm Euryale, obviously, for the third time.
Who?
I'm Frank. No. What's my name? No.
I don't know.
So I am a witch by trade and profession. Been practicing for a little while now. I think I started praying to Lord Lucifer when I was like 5, and then it just kind of escalated from there. Didn't really delve deep into it probably until I was about 9. I got the Satanic Bible, and then 12 or 13 is when I started doing my first actual spell crafting. But yeah, now I am a
witch for hire.
Yeah, I'm a mercenary.
I love that.
What about you? What do you do?
I do nothing, no. So my name's Wolf, as I have already said a couple times as well. I generally am into tarot of the intuitive kind because that's how I feel things. So I generally don't read cards the way somebody would normally. A lot of that comes to me through intuition and energy and that sort of thing, and now I'm expanding and dabbling and learning, and that's all about why I'm a part of this, I guess.
You're downplaying it so much though.
I don't like talking about myself.
I can just speak to the dead, but you know what? I just intuitively read cards. My name's Euryale, by the way.
But if you haven't caught us before, and I guess the occult and spirituality is a thing for you, check us out as well. We're on TikTok and Instagram under the handles of... Don't
put me on the spot like that. So TikTok is Euryale's sister, and then Instagram is Euryale's Wild Occult. I have a Patreon too, where I teach witchcraft right from beginner concepts all the way through to more advanced concepts, but it's new, just like this podcast. And we're starting at beginner-friendly levels. That way I know you have the foundational knowledge, and then building up through there into the more advanced ceremonial ancient magic that I do. And that is Euryale's Wild Occult Patreon. So you can find me there, but we'll put everything in the description or wherever we put it, so you can find us there. What about you?
On Instagram you'll find me under wolf.intuitive_tarot, and the same with TikTok. I'm not as, fancy as some would say.
I just speak to the dead.
But that's where you'll essentially find us mostly. every now and again we're doing lives as well, and you can join along, come be a part of the journey community. Any questions that you have as well, we're always happy to answer.
Please talk to us. We love communicating with spiritual people. Unless you're a weirdo.
Talking to people, what's that? Like, I thought we were just talking to the screen and each other. What? No.
Okay, but what are your goals for this podcast?
I would really like to see the community come together, us to shed a lot more light on the... Wait, can I start again? What do my lines know? None of this is scripted. Honestly, I would like to see the community to come together. There's, just like everything, there's appropriation and concepts that are not spoken of, and there's a lot of learning to be done within the community as well.
Australia is so far behind on the spiritual train. And I think that comes down to like one of our biggest things is like we want to empower you personally, but empower you in a way where you're not disempowering other people. And unfortunately, the spiritual community in Australia particularly is so far backwards. It's like still living in the 90s where things like...
Like your haircut? No, I'm joking.
My haircut is circa 1980, thank you very much.
Well, that's how far we are.
But yeah, we're pretty much wanting to empower you, but so you can empower yourself, and then empower yourself through not disempowering other people. And spiritual practices and just the whole spiritual community, is a bit backwards at times. So we're here to talk about conversations that are important to us, but also conversations that are important to many other people. And it won't just be our faces talking about a lot of these topics. It'll be people from the broader range of the community as well. So we've got a few guests lined up.
I'm very excited for that aspect. Essentially, it's more like we are the platform or the conduit for those to have a voice.
Conduit? Conduit. We are the conduit.
I'm not speaking for the rest of this.
Would it even be a podcast with us though?
Exactly. As you get to know us through this podcast, you'll see that we have a lot of banter, and we wanted to also make this fun. This is us. This is what you get. If you were to meet us out in the real world, we are no different.
Right, I'm really stuck on conduit though. I'm just like, is it like some type of confit but with beetroot?
Wow. In about 6 episodes' time, we're going to be playing that over and over again, aren't we?
Probably.
But yeah, so ultimately we've got a lot of guests that are lined up. We will be accessible through all of the platforms and things like that as well. And if you've got questions and things like that, by all means, we'll put all the details in the description of this video or podcast, wherever it is that you're finding us, and you'll be able to reach out, because we would like to also hear, experiences from the community, stories, things that we can shed light on. So if you've got any sort of questions that we haven't touched on as part of our conversations or topics, definitely want to hear from you so that we can open up that channel.
And that's why we invented the Discord. I forgot all about the Discord. But we have a fully operational Discord called the Wild Occult. So it is for any type of spiritual person, no matter your practice, to come in, talk, meet other people within the community and build each other up. There are rules within the community, but they're all like your standard ones. But I'll put the Discord link in with the description too, so feel free to catch us there.
Definitely. So, where to from here?
What are you most excited to talk about on the podcast?
For me, it's hearing from those that are well rooted within their practices, I think, in terms of cultural experience and gaining more of an understanding and knowledge from them, so that we can start showing more respect as well, because that seems to be something that we're...
Yeah, respect for selves and respect for others.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be shit. That's pretty much
the
tagline of
yes.
Four of Wands.
Yeah. I could think of some other choice words, but we'll keep it to that.
Yeah. What am I most excited to crap on about?
Anything, really.
Right.
Once you get your teeth into it, that's it. There'll be more times where Yuri's talking and I'm just going to be under the table.
Like, kind of
like,
up.
yeah, like, let's move on.
And then you'll just be there, stop it.
And you'll be like, I have a point to make.
Right. Why are you kicking me? Shh.
Anyways, what's next?
Okay, so I wanted to get to... Well, I already know you, but I want the people listening and watching to be able to get to know you. So, aside from being a psychic medium, even though you probably wouldn't identify as that, but
just
call a spade a spade.
Look, as a disclaimer, I hate labels, so we'll stick to that. Go.
So who are you?
Me, I am Wolf.
Mm.
You're gonna make me say it out loud, aren't you?
Yeah.
For the fifth time. I'm Wolf. I'm a psychic medium, and I like stuff. How do you want me to answer this?
I don't know. Like, what's your favourite band? Or
Ooh, okay.
your favourite music that you listen
So,
to?
I have a very eclectic taste in music. I'm just an eclectic being. Don't like labels, as I said. I kind of just feel and flow through life. I'm somebody who gets a lot of tower cards, so my life is chaos. But that's okay, because there's growth to be had from that chaos.
Right, we live and we learn.
Mm-hmm. What else? Favorite band? I can't really pick just one single band. That is a really, really hard question.
That's the hard question.
That is the hard question.
Who are you? Well, I'm blah, blah, blah. But I cannot tell you my favourite band because that is way too in-depth.
It is too in-depth. As I said, eclectic music taste. Like, honestly, if I had to pick maybe 3 of... At the moment, I'd go with System of a Down, because they've always been an all-time favourite. Linkin Park, because they too are an all-time favourite, and at the moment it's Peach PRC.
I love some Peach.
What about you?
My favourite band?
Yeah, tell us about you, other than your name.
Well, I've already kind of done that introduction.
Yeah, okay, fair. For those that weren't listening,
my name's Wolf, no.
Alright, but yeah, what are your... Tell us more about you in a more personal aspect.
More personal aspect?
Yeah, like...
My favourite band?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a sucker for Led Zeppelin. I'm obsessed with Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm.
But again...
It's the haircut.
Don't even go there. Leave my mullet alone. It's a way of life, okay? This is my spiritual beliefs. Oh, but no. That's so Australian. I was about to be going, yeah, but no. Yeah.
yeah, but no.
But seriously, Led Zeppelin is amazing. The music, not the people. And then I love me a bit of Peach PRC too. But yeah, like you, my music's pretty eclectic. Like, it ranges from classical through to metal and house music and all of that type of stuff.
And
really depends on the vibes. Oh yeah, and through all of the ages.
Yeah.
Even going back so far as like Mongolian throat singing, like, don't mind me some of that at times.
It is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So.
Okay, so what do you do within the realm of witchcraft?
At the moment, not much. I'm on the journey of learning, so very much apart from like small things of like gratitude and offerings that I also do as part of the spirituality realm. That would probably be as far as I go. Oh, and I've started dabbling in a bit of the protection work too.
I know, I'm so proud.
Yeah. So, and I made my first item, but I haven't consecrated it yet. But yeah, I'm starting to get a bit crafty.
Love it. Obsessed.
Yeah.
Here for it. So, when did you start your spiritual journey?
For me, it was... Now I'm going to think. 2017 is probably when I got right into it.
Yep.
For me, I guess, as a younger wolf, I was very much...
Is that a cub? Is that what they're called? Pups. Cubs are tigers, right?
I don't know.
Wolf
Just
pup.
leave it in the comments. You guys can let us know who's right, and I haven't said anything.
Right, either way I'm right. Tell me you're a fixed sign without telling me. If I just say all the answers, one of them's going to be right.
But yeah, where was I? From when I was younger, essentially I used to feel a lot of energies and things like that, and hear stuff. And it got to the point when, as a young adult, that I just wanted to be a young adult, and I didn't want to have to deal with the feelings and the emotions and the weight of, I guess, guidance of older people at that point in my life, especially when I was so young. So I went through a period of rebellion, I guess, and started to ignore things and switch things off as a way to live. For me personally, I feel that was an experience that I also needed to be able to have life experience as well without having that expectation of me as I went through that period of life. And then about 2017 is when I could no longer deny it. It was...
Can we ask what happened?
We'll say that it was a dark night of the soul.
Okay.
And I definitely had my awakening, and it was time for me to really step into it. So I did. I actually was connected with a few people back at that time, and they had got me back into the astrology side of things to begin with.
So that's where you started?
Yeah.
Obviously, where you begin with. Where you
Right.
start.
So, I started with the astrology side of things, and my friends had gotten me onto a few people that I really vibed with quite deeply. And then from there, I just took off, and they were, a lot of the time they'd turn around and be like, yeah, like, we started this and now they've gone on their own and they're doing their own thing, and it's incredible. And yeah, so I very quickly picked up all the knowledge and tools that I needed in order to keep growing within my own space, my own lane.
Yep.
And then from there, as I started to find myself more and more, I started out on TikTok. So I was doing readings for people online for a period of time. It'd be like every Friday night. It was Tipsy Tarot. There was Tipsy Tarot on a Friday night, which would end in a lot of banter, just like the way that this podcast is going at the moment with all of that. And here I am. Then I've now jumped into a community with people who also have the same views, or, it doesn't even have to be the same views, because in some cases we do have opposing views, but we have respect and we listen to one another, and we're all learning together about each and everyone's style and craft and things like that. So yeah, that's where I came from, and this is where I am now, sitting here on a screen or through your ears.
So I've got two questions. Hopefully I remember the second one. But the first one was, for your recommendation, if you are beginning your own spiritual journey, whoever's listening or watching, would you recommend that astrology is a good place to start if witchcraft isn't their jam?
I believe so, because there is a lot of aspects there where you tap into the psyche of human beings and why they are the way they are. Like, I know in toxicity, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just because you're a Gemini or something to that accord, right? But it really starts to unravel that surface level, so you can really start getting deeper with it, because for, I guess, if you're somebody who doesn't know about astrology, it's not just about your sun sign, which is the sign that you're born under. There is a lot more to it, such as charts, and then you've got, your big three and all of that sort of stuff. And if it's something that you do want covered off, more than happy to dive into that a little bit later as well. But yeah, it's a lot deeper than that. And by looking into that aspect of things, yeah, you definitely learn a lot, and it helps you also unravel a lot of the mysteries of just life in general. So
I would definitely recommend people don't start with the Satanic Bible with coming into witchcraft. But I was born in a time, and born as a witch in a time where knowledge wasn't as available as it is now, so you took what you could get and went from there. Definitely would not recommend that path. But again, in saying that, you always end up where you're meant to be. Just if you can learn from other people's mistakes rather than learning them yourself, that's always
definitely
better.
Life is too short to make all those mistakes yourself, so learning from others is really, really important.
And I knew I would forget the second question that I had.
Did you?
I did. Okay, but anyway, I thought of another one. How was starting off with tarot on TikTok?
That was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
That was nerve-wracking because I was also very much an introvert and was nervous about other people's energy. And again, I too also learnt on my journey as I was kind of moving through that journey, because I could only read for, say, 2 or 3 people at a time, because I didn't understand the energy aspect and how that energy exchange actually worked. So I would find myself quite drained after doing 2 or 3 readings, and it was also because I had things of my own that I needed to work through or come to terms with to be able to kind of transmute the energy that I was picking up on as I was reading.
Yeah.
So for me, it was rather helpful. Once I realised, obviously, it didn't take me too long, let's be real, because I don't like being the definition of insanity. But yeah, once I realised that I needed to transmute that energy and where it was coming from within myself, I was able to work through it a lot easier, a lot quicker. And again, now I'm at that point where I can just read and read and read, and I know what to do when I feel certain things pop up or crop up in terms of that energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Where did I start? I didn't really come onto TikTok until way after the boom of TikTok in Australia. I think mine was is it 2022 maybe when I came on?
Quite possibly. 2023 is a bit of a blur.
Or 2020?
2023 was when I'd started. I was going to take my first break because I'd been doing it for many, many years. And that's where we connected.
It was late 2021 or early 2022 or something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Knowing you, it was too mainstream for you, so you were like, I'm not getting onto that.
That was literally it, though. That was literally my brain. I was just the mainstream's doing it. How cool could it be? And then I did it. But I wasn't doing readings or anything. I was just kind of lurking in the shadows. But then I kind of realised that there was a community of witches looking for the types of ingredients and things that I like to use in my magic, and the types of jewellery that I like to wear as well. So devotional Hecate jewellery and stuff like that. And there was nowhere in Australia that was selling that type of stuff. So I was like, stuff that. I'll just make a shop. And then from there birthed Euryale's. which is www.euryales.com.
We break this podcast for a advertisement.
Right? An unsponsored advertisement.
I don't know, it seems pretty sponsored to me.
Right, sponsored by self. That'll do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where my journey started. And then I didn't really start doing tarot readings or stuff, or offering my services until much later. Hey, I was doing the like ad hoc tarot reading live, but I don't know. I think just starting a business and stuff kind of took the forefront. So it wasn't until like later on that I started offering my services and doing tarot readings online and whatnot. But now your girl lives and breathes it. So full time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. It's been exciting to watch the journey of Euryale.
And the journey of Wolf.
I've taken a bit more of a backseat approach now, and you've stepped into the limelight, and you're doing amazing things, and there's amazing things to come.
They just want to see me turn into a tomato with hair. You're gonna make me blush.
But yeah, so it has been amazing to watch you grow over the last little bit, and I'm just going to throw it out there. A year ago yesterday was when I had made my first purchase from your shop. So, you know, or a year ago yesterday, I received...
Back with that conduit. I can't remember the second question, but I can remember how to make funnier. Riddle that brain.
But yeah, that's how far you've come. It's been amazing to watch, and there's plenty of good things to come.
And let me just say, it has not been a journey achieved on my lonesome. I've had you and the Soul Fam.
Hashtag Servo Flowers.
It's been a huge journey, finding my place in a community and building that community. And we hope to then bring that kind of vibe, instill it with everyone else, that things are more powerful, you are more empowered when you do have a community and you don't feel so lonely. Because let's be real, spiritual journeys are extremely lonely. So
they're lonely. There are pain points. There are times where you may feel as though that journey is not worth it. And I guess this is where also the concept of Four of Wands came about as well, because we were fortunate enough to find a beautiful community of people that we were able to connect with, and who have been amazing supports for us in our lowest points as we continued on through our journey. So yeah, this is the next chapter, and this is the journey we want to bring you along for as well. So
right. Four of Wands. Unity and community, all about harmony, balance, fun, celebration, respect, all of that type of stuff.
Definitely. So
okay, can I ask you about a spooky experience that you've had?
I mean, I have them all the time now.
Before, can you tell me one that was like made you want to poop your pants?
The one that I'm always drawn to, and it's not like the super spookiest experience though, was just in, I guess for me, because I work with that, I started within astrology and, you know, understanding the astronomy aspect of things as well with the stars. It was that one time many, many years ago when there would have been a star that, no joke, would have been about the size of my hand in the sky. And it was just blinking every colour it possibly could within seconds. And I remember just being out in the dark, staring at this thing and realizing how small I was in the world, but also the fear that it instilled, because I didn't know what was going to happen. I probably would have been only about 6 or 7 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So that was my first ever kind of fear experience that I had of that kind. But I also felt very much at peace. So it was a weird experience to have.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the first time I can remember feeling fear.
Yeah.
So...
Do you like that feeling of insignificance when you look up at the sky?
It makes me... It grounds me, essentially.
Yeah.
So
I find it very grounding.
Yeah.
It's like, if ever I'm, like, overwhelmed, I'll just go outside, lay on the grass or look up at the stars and just, like, feel small.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, no matter how big your problems are, ultimately it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of the universe. Maybe that's just, like, my Capricorn pressure, putting my pressure on myself that's not there except from what's in my brain. It's just like releasing.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that would probably have been the scariest experience the first experience where I actually felt some fear. But yeah, I'm the same. I look at things now and think how insignificant or how... Yeah, I guess that's just another whole topic, really, because then it brings in, talk about energy and spending of energy, but we'll get there.
We'll get
there.
So, okay, what's a spooky experience for me? I've had a few, but probably one that... Okay, I just find this one because I completely forgot about it until someone reminded me. That I was with at the time. But anyway, me and my friend, we were in the car at night and parked, and this, like, well, not parked because we're on the road, but like at, what is it, the lights that are red? Traffic lights.
They're the lights that are red which tell the car to stop.
Yeah, that one. That's why we were stopped.
Optional
in
for
park.
some. In park. Wow,
Not in
that's
park.
impressive.
Stopped. But anyway,
were you travelling at the speed of time and light?
We were travelling at the speed of park. But anyway, we're at the traffic lights. It was night and the car was stopped. Is that the right word?
Just for context, the car was stopped.
But anyway, yeah, we were... I'm not going to say the word again, but anyway.
Where were you? The car. Where were you? Where are you?
The traffic lights. In the car, me and my friend. Anyway, it was night time. The car was stopped. Stop it! You're going to make this... It's already gone on too long. Oh my gosh. My brain just like keeps looping through that story. Anyway, there was this white lady, like, what are they? Lady in white. You know the ghost stories of the women in white?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this woman in white just like walked out into the road in front of us. There was no other cars around us. And she just like ghostly walked out and then looked at the car and then ran at the car and then was nowhere to be seen. True story.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot about it because this type of shit happens to me all the time, but my friend reminded me about it. And that story went way longer than fucking should. Tell me you have to like explain the most insignificant details over and over again, and if your story gets interrupted,
you have to do it again. Where were you again? In park?
I was in park car.
Yeah.
At the stoplight.
Car park. In car park, park car, red light, stop. Stop car.
Stop being mean to me. Stop sending me for a loop.
Yeah, see, I've got stories like that as well, but I guess the Star one's the one that kind of sticks out the most for me, because I've had things where I've been driving down roads in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And there is an individual that's standing in the middle of the road and you're like, cool, hey buddy.
Hey bucko, you didn't realise that you're not in park.
This isn't a car park.
You can't stop here, go round.
So, and that, that can be quite freaky at times as well. So
yeah. I think my stories, the other ones...
We'll have to dedicate an episode to this, yes. I think, just as a bit of a disclaimer for those, so that they know that if they are triggered or anything like that of that nature of those kinds of things, don't listen to that episode.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But being a witch that does dabble in the dark arts and with the... regularly performs necromancy, yes. The stories are great. And...
maybe terrifying for some.
Yeah, maybe. But I find them cool. I get excited. But, okay, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would you be? What would you have? Not what would you be?
If I could have any superpower... You already know yours, so let's throw to you first. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be?
Why did you say that I already know? I forgot. What was my answer?
I don't know.
Brain, think. If I could have any superpower in the world. Oh, teleportation.
Yeah.
1,000% teleportation. Or telekinesis. I like the idea of being able to move shit with my eyes.
That'd be pretty cool.
Could you move yourself if you had telekinesis? Or are you immune to your own telekinetic powers?
Well, then I wouldn't have to walk anywhere.
Exactly. And then it'd be
just
like,
hover. Yeah. So, yeah, but I would have to go with teleportation. I'm highly offended that we don't have that yet.
Where's my hoverboard, science?
Right? many, many moons ago that was promised to us through Back to the Future. But, yeah, I'd probably go with that.
I also like the idea of, like, shape-shifting. But not in, like, the gross way that you see in, like, horror movies. In, like, the cool way that you see the blue lady in X-Men do.
Invisibility would probably be my other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would your clothes turn invisible?
They would have to. Otherwise I'd be walking around
in the natty all the time. Fantastic Four.
Well... They would have to.
Hello,
I would
Jessica Alba.
now. That's a whole nother side topic. Alright, well, yeah, I guess that would be mine. So, okay, I'm going to throw you the question.
Alright.
Yeah. Which one is it? What mythical creature are you?
What mythical creature am I? A gorgon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You'd say a gorgon?
Yeah.
No, I'd say that you're a satyr. No?
Right. Pan was a satyr.
Yeah?
I would much rather be living up to my namesake.
Fair call. So...
what would you be? What mythical creature would you be?
If it was a mythical creature that I would be...
Yeah.
I'd more than likely be a dragon.
Think big of yourself, much.
No, I want the ability to be able to...
Why would you not pick werewolf?
Because I didn't want to be wolf. I didn't want to be that person.
A dragon called wolf. I like it.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just like the idea of the mythical aspect of being able to breathe fire. I would torch everybody.
Right? Burn the patriarchy.
I think if anything I'd just want to sneeze. As a dragon. I want to know if fire comes
like
out.
Wasabi. Like eating so much wasabi at once that you feel it in your sinuses.
Yeah. So that would be my answer for that one.
I like it. I wasn't expecting a dragon.
Yep. So if you were a deity, how would we summon you?
Planetary alignment. At some point in time, all well, it's not 9 planets, but we'll just say 9 planets and the sun, the moon, all aligned with the earth in a straight line, and then sacrifice.
What kind of sacrifice?
People.
Wow.
The 1%ers. I require the 1%ers as donation. And a bowl of pasta.
Pretty simple.
If you summon me without that bowl of pasta, guarantee you I'm telling you when you die.
Okay, got it.
Just FYI, everyone, don't summon me without a bowl of pasta. I may excuse the 1%ers.
If I was a deity, you would have to summon me with booze and a fine cigar.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Booze and a fine cigar. That will get you the answers that you seek.
A fine cigar and a
Yes.
top hat.
I don't mind if I do.
Okay, if you could have a deep conversation with any deity, who would you choose? Like face-to-face conversation, irrespective of the fact that...
That's what I was... My brain could not compute that... Compute that one.
Choo-choo!
What was the question?
So, if you could have a conversation with any deity, like face-to-face, as if it was like us right now, who would you choose?
I would still pick Fenrir.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd just want those warm, fluffy cuddles, even though it would not be like that at all. I just want fluffy wolf cuddles.
I love that. You're adorable. Who would I pick? I think the obvious answer would be like Loki or like Lady Hecate or Duke Remery or someone like that. But for me, I would think I'd probably pick either Yahweh or Jesus. I got some questions. A few things I want to clear up in this book of yours, bucko.
Tell them how it really is, right?
Straight from the horse's ass.
Oh, goodness. Anyways.
Okay, and then if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what meal would you pick?
I would pick... It's not going to make sense to anyone else, but it would be like risotto pasta with peas that's done in tomato paste as a soupy base and then covered in cheese.
I love
So,
that. I love that answer so much.
yeah.
It's a bit cute.
Yep.
Mine would be pasta with cheese. I will tell you when you would die.
We get it. Pasta with cheese is a must. Do not summon Euryale without pasta and cheese.
1,000%. But one last question.
Okay.
What's your favourite colour?
You make that really hard because I have two. I can't say them.
Okay, well you can say both.
Alright, so green and purple are my favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And you?
Definitely green. And then it's always a tie between purple and blue. It really depends on my mood for me. So I usually just say black because you can always catch me in black, but
How about
people
that?
like to say black's not a colour. It's like, you're right, but shut up. Okay, but that sums up our first podcast episode. How exciting, we did it.
Right? Now you know more about us. We hope to get to know you guys as well as we go on this journey. And yeah, wow, we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Yay.
We're going to watch this back and go, that's trash, do it again.
Right, 1,000%. And then we'll get to the point where fuck it, just upload it.
Yeah, that's it. So, but again, where can you find us?
Four of Wands podcast. Oh wait, fourofwands.podcast, and you'll find us on that at TikTok and Instagram. But again, everything will be linked down in the description.
Correct, and there's also links on the Instagram and the TikTok that'll get you to our personal pages and into Yuri's store, Discord, and Patreon. And is there anything else?
Nothing that's coming to mind.
No. If we missed it, we missed it. It'll be in the links.
Exactly.
But yeah, until next time, thank you for having us in your ears and on your screen.
Yeah, thanks for having us in your ear holes. Anyway,
See you. Bye.